Alrighty. Hey, welcome everybody to pregame for the Saturday night Greyhawk game. I am DM Galabond, and I am joined by most of the players, and the music that you are hearing on the stream in the background is music from Sirenscape. Right now we're listening to something from the tabletop music sound set, and this track is called Asgard. I'm going to turn this down a little bit because we were just having a bit of a discussion before we came on that I thought might be interesting for folks in the chat. We're talking about favorite old D&D adventures and modules. Tony, you were about to say something about old modules that you always liked but maybe had never had a chance to play.
Yeah, the one that springs to my mind when I remember going to the old hobby stores, so you go and have a display. And the one that I never really got to play that I wish I did was, I would say, I'm trying to think of the name of it. I loved Against the Giants. I think it was Queen of the Demon Web Pits. Never played the Q1, I think it was. And I always loved the artwork on it, but I never really got a chance to play into that whole, I think that was the Dark Shroud, the whole kind of like mythology of it. But never got a chance to, because we kind of stopped it at the end after that. Like, you know. And plus, that was a thing. I don't know if we ever got enough levels to actually get to that, to ascend to it.
Yeah, that was back in the day when, oh man, you had to be like really high. You had to be like 9th or 10th level to do that one. That was a tough campaign. The Queen of the Demon Web.
Probably higher.
Yeah. It might have been higher than that. Yeah. But I remember back in the day when we were playing, because I was in groups that in those days where, so that was like middle school for me. We would, you'd be able to play through like 3/4 of an adventure, and then people would like, things would switch up, and people would have to take off. Hey, Alexion, hello, welcome to the game. Yay! This is pregame for the Saturday Night Greyhawk. We're just sort of reminiscing about some of the old adventures and modules. Some of us wish we could have played. What about other people? What are some of your favorites, either that you got to play or that you wish you had gotten to play and you never did?
I think it's neat that you said like high level is 9, because in my experience with all my friends, we never got to play modules, sadly, but we always died by level 8, 7 to 9. Our TPK ratio was very high. But I don't know if it's a module or the artwork, but I remember distinctly a Paladin in Hell was something I liked, because I just really liked paladins. And I'm not sure if a Paladin in Hell is the name of a module or if it was a piece of second edition
I
artwork.
think that was artwork from one of the adventures, but I don't remember which one.
The one I would be interested in playing sometime, and we never got around to it, was, Tomb of Horrors.
Oh, yes. That image of the face, remember? Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was one of those that I always ogled over, just didn't have the money as a teenager to buy it.
That resurfaced in pop culture with the Ready Player One, the book. The movie doesn't have it, but the book does a little homage to it in the very beginning.
I know. And that's what I was just like, oh my god! They're referencing my childhood.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the whole thing is referencing my childhood.
Yes, it's a several 100-page novel that's all referencing
an homage to the 80s.
To 80s geek culture.
Yep.
I got something fun for you guys. I'm sure you all watched Stranger Things.
No.
Oh yeah. Yes. I've watched some of it. I haven't watched all of it.
I don't have time to watch it.
My niece just went to the city. They have a Stranger Things store. I think near Times Square, so they had to buy tickets to get in. So I don't know how it was yet. So you have to make reservations to go to the store. But you would actually, I loved it because it was kind of like it was all homage to the 80s movies, and of course, you must have loved it.
Oh yeah. It was fun. I've watched through the entire first season, and I binged that, and then it's like I just haven't had time to set aside to go and binge like the second and subsequent seasons.
We're excited about the 4th season coming out soon. And my wife bought me the little Dungeons and Dragons Stranger Things pack from the recent.
Oh, cool.
Release.
Yeah, of course, there's a source book now in 5e that's all based on, or source, an adventure, I guess, that I own on D&D Beyond.
So what you're saying is I need to watch this show.
I think you would enjoy it. I think you would enjoy it.
Okay.
There's a good meme that came out of it, which is only your D&D friends will ever try to find you on an alternate dimension.
That's kind of true.
Did anybody ever face a demigorgon? That's what I want to ask.
No.
I threw Demogorgon at my Thursday night party. It was a they were playing through Rage of Demons, and they were in the city of Gracklestug, the Duragar city, down on the edge of the Dark Lake when Demogorgon attacked. And so it's clearly it was a fight they were meant to run from, because this is a CR 25, 26 demon prince attacking the city, and the party was like level 7 at the time. So it's like, yeah, you're not supposed to fight this, and they were smart enough to say, yeah, we got to run away. But that was one of the sort of cut scenes that I'm using to sort of give them the idea of all of this mayhem happening at the same time across the Sword Coast. So, all right. Hey, Doors of Fear. And Valexion says, UNT challenges the party to a drinking contest. Okay, I think that is a signal that chat is like, okay, yeah, you guys quit talking about your favorite games and get on with the game you're here to play. All right, so we will do that. Welcome everybody to Saturday Night Greyhawk. We are picking up tonight in the middle of a battle. I did get a message from Bob Archimedes. He's got a conflict, and he's not going to be able to make it this evening. So we will not have Archimedes with us. We'll just sort of skip him in the turn order when that comes up. To recap from last time, you guys were storming the tower, and thanks to a couple of well-timed spells from the wizard, Sleep, which initially she thought was a little bit disappointing, but then that powerful second level web spell that just basically blocked the entire entrance and trapped most of the defenders of the tower in the webs, and kept the rest of them from being able to do a darn thing, because it forms an effective barrier between them and the party. That allowed the party to get a toehold, and then they had to deal with the stupid giant ravens, until Nico had the brilliant idea to begin yelling commands to these brain-dead cultists. And the cultists went ahead and bit on those commands and started attacking the web and got themselves a little bit entangled, at which point Archimedes said, "Oh, yes, thank you, wizard. I'll take that lit torch," and touched it to the web, and
Woof.
and
They all became a bunch of dogs.
yeah, it bloodied a bunch of them, which greatly affected their morale checks to the negative, and you basically have most of the defenders now trying desperately to run away, hoping against hope that there is a way out from this superior force that has attacked. And in response to some of Nico's threats, a couple of people gave whistles to the ravens to fly off to the north and investigate the additional force attacking the tower that way. So, at least for the moment, the ravens have taken off. How long they will be gone and when they will be back is something that the party does not yet know, and will not know for a time. But the very last thing that happened is that a prisoner who was stuck over in a corner and came out. And Tony, I have to admit that I kind of thought that it was going to go a little bit quicker than it actually did. So I was thinking that Grayson was going to be tied up in a different room. But after a while, I thought, oh gosh, he's just going to sit here this whole session and they're never going to find him. So I had to say eventually, all right, no, he's out in this room, and now he can finally start doing something. I probably should have just put you there from the beginning.
Hey, you guys!
And allowed you to start trying to get your bonds free when there was a distraction from the door. But, oh well, it all worked out. He got away, and he came up and introduced himself to some of the party members. So, with that, I am going to change the music. I am going to come over to... Oh, I gotta check my notes, find out where I'm going. We are now using Sirenscape for our soundtrack of our game, and so we've got some battle music going on while we are fighting here in the tower. And just put that right on the edge of hearing in the background. And we are at the top of the round. So Grayson, you actually have a chance to do something. You are there, you don't have any weapons, you don't have any armor, and you got your bonds free, you're kind of in your skivvies, and there's these people that are assaulting the tower that are here. What would you like to say to them?
Okay, well, as I come back, I have my hands up. I come in peace because I see the people who are going after the bad guys I can generally tell, my captives. And I say, I come in peace, I was held captive. I show them that my hands are up, I have nothing, and they can see I'm totally enemies. And I said, and I take refuge behind you. I says, do you have any, can they give me anything maybe that I can cover myself with, or even help in the skirmish, or just try to hide behind them? I tried to ask who's closest, what I should do, where I should go. So I guess it would be Nico? Is that who's closest to me, or the other?
Quint is closest to you.
I'm going to ask Quint. I'm speaking to him. I tell him that I was held captive. He can see I'm totally armorless. I'm basically in my skivvies. And I ask him if I can take, where should I go? Where should I hide? What should I do? I mean, do they have anything they can give me to armor me, to help them in the fight? What should I do? That's what I'm asking.
And if I recall correctly, when Quint was at that second level fighting that one cultist with the bow at first, he was able afterwards to see some of the lay of the area, and you noted to him, if not to the rest of us, that there was someone bound in the one bottom corner.
Yeah. And this person who was bound has gotten away and is the person that's up talking to you all now. Nico, I'm going to ping where you are on the map. And then this is Grayson right here. And he was talking to Quint, who's right here.
Now, the X's, are they dead or are they...
Yeah, they are dead. And so some of them have... weapons. Let's see. Let me figure out what this guy has that you could loot.
The leader tried to use their weapon into the web and lost it. So whatever that weapon was would be nice that we can steal it. Is there any hostile forces still active inside the tower in line of sight with us?
There are a couple. So you could pick up, Grayson. You could pick up a longsword or a spear from one of the dead guys that's near you.
Do they both have the same reach about, longsword and spear, just by looking at it quickly?
A spear would allow you to either use it in melee, or if somebody gets close enough, you could chuck it at somebody. Most of the defenders are at this point turning tail and running. I think all the ones that have the little skulls on them failed their morale checks.
I'm gonna grab a sword. That might be more.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you pick up a longsword. Now you know your equipment is around here somewhere, or you presume it's around here somewhere.
They stole it.
Right now, I'm going to try to move by Quint next to him, and have my sword at the hold the sword in my hands and basically try to take cover and try to survey the room if I could see anything that might resemble armor. I don't want to put myself back into the fray, so I'm going to try to scan the room if I could see anything that's close by that might be able to give me some clothing.
Okay.
Isn't that a bowman behind him?
Yeah, the guy slumped dead in the arrow slit right behind you. Let me tell you what he's wearing. He's got leather armor, no shield. The guy you took the sword from that's dead on the floor, he's wearing ringmail armor. Now, of course, you'd have to spend the time to get the armor off of the dead guy and then try to put it on yourself. So that would probably take a couple of rounds to do all of that. But the guy behind you does indeed have a light crossbow that is loaded. So if you want something that you could shoot across the room and then throw down and grab the sword, you could do that.
I may just hold the sword then if I can't find anything.
Okay. All right.
Where do I put where it says, how do I add the weapon?
Okay.
Strength.
Yes. Yeah. So let's see. We're going to pull up Grayson's character sheet, and this is a longsword. So when we go to the strength weapon, you click the add button.
Gotcha.
Underneath where we have fist, and then actually I think if you click in that first little column, there's a drop down arrow, and one of the items in there is longsword, and it will just then fill in everything else automatically for you.
Short sword, longsword, gotcha.
Yeah.
And I just did that, and then what do I do? Just hit?
It's just, yeah. So let's see. Okay.
Here's a quick question. Do you know what it says here? It says fist is a THAC-O 19, a longsword's a 20.
Yeah. Let me double check this. Let me see if Yeah, alright, so longsword if we...
I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
You're fine.
I think what that is because that's not counting that you're second level. So we just manually changed that to 19 because your FACO is a function of your level in this version of the game. So now it's a 19. All right, and then it automatically puts your speed of 5, which for the rest of this combat you get to ignore because you went into initiative before you had a weapon. So, but that's going to modify in this edition. Your weapon speed will modify your initiative roll. Is how that works in this edition of the game. All right, so I think that's about all Grayson can do on a turn. Is he's got himself armed. He explained what he is. The rest of the party has decided, okay, well, we're not going to kill him yet. And then he's over there, shoulder to shoulder with Quint, next to one of the dead guys. All right, and then we'll move on to Nico. Nico, what would you like to do?
So we're watching the remaining living cultists fleeing. There's another exit or two in the tower.
Well, they're fleeing towards the back.
Okay, so
now probably the people to keep an eye on are the people like this guy and the people like this guy who apparently haven't yet failed their morale checks. And then, of course, this guy over here who's the leader. So everybody else that has...
Which one was the leader?
Over here.
Okay. So Nico has been giving orders and stuff. And there's still that area of silence in the very middle of the room.
Yep.
That's up. Everyone's still blessed. I believe we have 4 more rounds left for the main party and 6 more rounds for the Gnolls and the Merc leader. And I've got 10 more rounds of protection from evil still up on myself.
Okay.
I'm going to yell out to the Gnoll leader and to Min, hey, and to everyone, get inside. Start picking off the ones that are still fighting, and then I yell to the combatants, lay down with your hands on your heads if you want to live. We'll guarantee you a fair trial, and then I'll go over and I'll engage the leader.
Okay.
And I'm just going to try to tie him up, and I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds on myself. Sorry, not Cure Light Wounds. I'm going to cast Aid on myself to give me an extra D8 temporary hit points and the +1 to like the Bless, but it does more than Bless by a little bit.
Okay, so let's go ahead and
I'll copy and paste the aid description into chat for you.
Right.
Does it roll for me when I copy and paste it?
Let me. If you copied and pasted. Yes. Okay.
Because I copied and pasted. I didn't think I was rolling.
One additional hit point for the duration.
Well, that makes me sad, but okay.
But it gives you +1 to attack and attack rolls and saving throws, and a special bonus of +1. Well, now in this edition, it's not. I'm going
to paste it again to see whether or not pasting rolled it, or just that was the way it's supposed to be. So it does exactly the same thing each time.
Okay. No. Now it says 2.
Okay, it does change. So I get 1. Yeah. That's fair.
Okay.
I didn't realize it would roll from a copy paste.
Yeah.
If it's got a formula in it already, it will.
That's neat.
Yeah.
That's a cool thing for roll 20. So yeah, I've got the 1 extra hit point, and I'm right there in front of the leader, and I'm now just gonna start talking trash about how his grandfather was part giant, and that he hasn't had a bath in a couple weeks, and what kind of savage is he?
Okay, so Yeah, I'm just going to leave the same symbols on you for right now that you have on your token. And as part of this, are you intending to attack this guy? Well, no, you cast a spell.
I cast a spell. I can't attack, but I can taunt the guy and insult him and his lineage.
Okay. All right. Next up are the ravens. And as far as you know, the last you saw them, they were flying away. Far, far away. They were continuing to fly off to the north.
Flappy, 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 flappy.
Where they had been told to go. And then the Knoll leader is up next. So the Knoll leader over here is going to shout something to his men, and those of you who understand Knoll hear him say, "You heard him, everybody in the tower. You can attack the ones that are attacking, but the ones laying down, do not attack yet. Take their weapons, but do not harm them until we are told that we can feast." And then he runs past Min, and he gets up next to Min, and he goes, "Oh, excuse me, pardon me, sorry, excuse me." And he squeezes past Min and runs into the tower, and then starts looking around. And then he bears his fangs towards some of the scared bandits. Actually, why didn't he go over? He'll get over here next to the paladin, and he'll just growl right in the face of one of these guys that's already scared. So that's the Knoll leader. The mercenary, he doesn't speak Knoll, but he sees the rest of the Knolls looking like they're running in. He comes up and says, "Oh, pardon me, ma'am." And he runs in, and we will see Burrell. What is Burrell armed with? Okay. So Burrell sees what is going on, and he is going to draw his very shiny longsword, and he is going to run over next to Nico, and he's got his sword out, and he kind of gives Nico a look, and that look is clearly a question. Do you want me to attack him, or do you want me to wait?
Yes. You can attack him until he surrenders.
And he's like, "Good enough for me." And so he will go ahead and make an attack roll. So he'll swing. He doesn't get a bonus with the bless, right? It's just he strikes AC 0. And AC 0 is exactly what he needs to hit this guy.
Ooh.
So he will deal 3 points of damage. And the guy just bares his teeth at him and says, "You made the wrong choice." And Burrell says, "That's not the way I see it. I've already gotten paid." And then the brigand leader, who is right in front of you, Nico, he is going to make an attack. Wait a minute. I fixed this last week. There we go. Now that's the character sheet. Okay, so he looks at him, decides that the guy that just ran up and attacked him is the lackey. The crazy dwarf in front of him is clearly the guy leading the charge. So he is going to... Now, does he get a minus to attack you because of the bless?
The bless does not give minuses to attack me, but right now, if you're talking about me, I had to deal with something for half a second there. I'm at a negative 6 effective AC.
Okay, so his normal attack, but he's...
Negative 3, and then -2 from the negative 5, and if I'm within 10 feet of the paladin, it's negative 6, but it's a negative 5 otherwise.
Okay. All right, and he hits an AC 14, which will miss. He swings his sword at you, and he's got an awfully nice shiny sword as well. A very shiny sword, in fact. It's shinier than you've seen before. But he misses. The gnolls will come piling in. And the ones who are bloodied will go and harass the people that are cowering. The ones that are not bloodied will, which is not very many of them. Those ravens actually did a number on these guys. The first enemies you run into that have really been able to go toe to toe with the gnolls are those stupid ravens. And so these gnolls, they come in, they see Nico in a battle, and they run over, flavoring and gibbering, and they will start to light in and attack this guy. Because likely as they were running through the door, they saw him attack Nico, and it's like, oh, hey, no you don't. That's our dwarf. What are you attacking our dwarf for? And so there's 2 attacks against him. So one AC 8, the other one AC 6, so they both miss. All right. Getting all these things. And Min,
Yes.
you are now up.
Yay. So as all of these kobolds keep like running by me, like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Of course, she can't speak Knoll or whatever.
Yeah. Well, actually, we established that she can.
Oh, I can?
Yes, as a half elf.
Oh, okay. So she's like,
I think you put that on your character. You said you saw that on your character sheet before. So
okay, I can't remember from one day to the next, and I didn't check. I'm sorry. So she's like, oh, sorry, trying to move out of the way, and where's our new guy? I can't. Is it this guy here?
Yep.
Okay, so she will be one of the last that kind of gets in and kind of goes up to this little short wall and pulls herself up on it and looks at him and goes, "Hi, want to be my friend? You're so cute."
I excuse myself for the way I'm dressed, which is...
Well, we can fix that. So are all of these guys over here sleeping, dead,
The ones with red X's, through them
Okay.
are dead. The ones with the little sleepy face on them are the ones that are asleep from your spell.
Okay.
The ones with the little skulls failed their morale checks last time and
Okay.
are trying to flee.
Okay. And
The
these
only
guys.
dead ones have red X's.
Okay. These guys.
This is your ally. This is your
Okay.
ally. This is the enemy leader. This guy is affected by your sleep spell because he's got the
Perfect.
little sleepy face
Okay,
on him.
so there's not a whole lot I can do at the moment since these guys over here with the little skulls have failed their morale check and are trying to run away.
Yep.
So I will just do some goofy grin up at our new person
Okay.
and then ask him, so where'd you lose your clothes?
The last I remember, I was here investigating this area, and I got hit over the head from behind. So I have no idea when they got me. I have no recollection of when I
Okay.
went around. So wherever, I think it's somewhere back there. So they stripped me of everything I had.
All right.
Oh, and Min, chat has
Uh-huh.
given you advantage. Quinn,
Aw.
chat has given you advantage, and Talon, chat has given you advantage. Thank you, Dorsifir.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And so at this point in time, she's like, well, I'll help you find clothes. And so she runs along the edge there and proceeds to. I lost track of her. Start looking.
This door here is open.
Okay.
The leader came out of that door.
I don't think I can go that far and around.
Yeah, you have a full minute. It's basically this edition is the one edition where every round is a
You can just
full
run
minute,
around like a
and so
crazy
you can
person.
kind of run around like a crazy person. Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you run past a 5 foot square past an enemy who is awake, then they might get a chance to have a shot at you, depending on the comparison of their speed with yours. But right now, there's no awake enemies. Everybody's either dead or sleeping, except for the guy that's surrounded. And so as long as you don't go
Okay.
messing around over there. And
Yeah,
this dark
ahead.
dark spot is just the silence area. It's not really darkness, but that's
Okay.
the way we have to represent it.
Okay. So, what are these?
Those are pillars.
Ah, thank you. So she'll
And
go up
with
and over
torches
on top
hanging
of the
off.
table and then back
Yep.
down to avoid the sleeping person sprawled on the floor. Then
Yep.
we'll go in here. Do I need to roll anything to see if I can find stuff?
Okay, well, you don't, but I need to look up and tell you what you find in there. Okay. This chamber is appointed with a comfortable bed heaped with quilts and pillows, a
Ooh.
table and 2 chairs, a small desk and a stool, a chest of drawers, and a padlocked iron box. Next to the padlocked iron box on the floor is a pile of adventuring gear. And I cannot tell you exactly what is in that adventuring gear because I do not know what adventuring gear Tony has chosen. Tony,
What adventuring gear do you have, Tony?
Like, I don't know. I never.
Okay,
What
all
were
right.
you
Well,
wearing?
there is an unspecified set of armor, an unspecified cache of weapons,
Okay.
a backpack with some gear.
So she's gonna put on flop the
Yeah.
pieces of armor over herself and then kind of scoop up the stuff and kind of start waddling back
I'll
across
take
the
anything
floor.
that's even non-armor.
What?
I'll take anything that's even non-armor.
So
Yeah.
anyway, so whatever is there, she will either find a way to either carry it, put it on her head, in her arms, whatever. So she makes kind of a funny looking sight coming waddling out of the room carrying your gear.
Hey, Grayson, the half elf is coming back and it looks like she's carrying all your gear.
I found it! She says that in like the loudest voice she can.
You didn't have to risk your life to turn this thing.
Yeah, here, you can have it.
I'm trying to see if it. I guess I'm putting it on, but she's giving me the gear. Does it fit? Is it? What's it?
Oh yeah, you reckon when you get up there, it's like, oh yeah, that's my gear. That's the dent or the scratch that I never had a chance to fix on the armor. There's that notch on the weapon that has always been there that I should have had an armor buff out, but I never did. And there's that cruddy backpack, and that stupid strap is still about to fall off. I need to fix that someday.
You had come
it's your
out
stuff.
Going, I found it, and then like comes dragging it over to you.
Yeah, Grayson, while we finish up this combat, you get to have a shopping spree. And I'm going to give... Yes, this is where we need some bare naked ladies music. Everything's going to be all right when we go shopping. Anybody remember that old song? Okay, so what's the... Oh, yeah, that's right. It's in this one, it's in money and equipment. Starting money. Okay, so roll 5d4, Tony, and you can do that and roll 20 by doing /r space 5d4.
Where do I do that again? Just on the bottom of the screen?
Just in the chat thing, you can do /r space 5d4.
Chat. Okay. Slash
/r /r and then a space and then 5d4.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So you have 150 gold. So then you can go to chapter 6 of the player handbook and then just figure out what armor you'd have, what weapons you'd have, what adventuring gear you'd have, and spend up to 150 gold, and that's what she just brought you. So there you go. Yeah.
Do I have to adjust my armor class or wait till later and you don't do nothing now?
Yeah, just wait until you get all of your armor on, and then we'll verify what that is. We'll check with you next turn. All right. So I think that was a full turn for Min.
Yep.
Quint. What would you like to do?
Well, Min's awfully confident that this new guy's, not one of the brigands, since she brought him all of his equipment. But do I see any of these guys that failed a morale? Are they starting to comply and lie down, or are they still looking like they're going to try and make a break for the back door there where the other ones went?
Actually, I was going to wait until their turn, but now that you're actually looking, it's probably a good idea to give you a visual on what's going on. Some of them are starting to go ahead and lay down, drop their weapons. These two over here are kind of growling at them, but they're like, wizard, they're gonna kill us all.
All right.
So they they start to just follow instructions. So go ahead. What would you like to do?
Quint's gonna draw his bow, and he's gonna run up here, kind of in amongst them, and he's just gonna kind of point the bow around at all of them, and start yelling at them to get on the ground, and just kind of act threatening, and kind of encourage them to lie down and not try and run away.
Okay. These two that are on the stairs, they're like, yeah, come a little closer. We'll chop your head off, you good for nothing scoundrel, they say to you.
Well, since I see that they're not really complying, I'll try and encourage that one there by taking a shot at him to
this guy.
comply.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still blessed, correct?
Yeah. Arrow whizzes past him and clatters against the wall.
Whoops.
But
Let's
you
try
get
my
two
second one
shots.
Oh, that one did it.
And yeah, and he says, "Ha ha! So scared you can't even shoot straight. You better be scared when the master gets ready to deal with you." Just sort of laughs evilly at you. All right, and then you can't see those guys in the other room, so you don't know what they're doing. And they may not have heard the instructions because everybody's shouting, "Hey, run away, run away, run away!" All right. So, spear and axe guy. There's one spear and axe guy who's awake and not dead. And there's two spear and axe guys, and they're both laying down. 3 spear and axe guys, they're laying down. So they're apparently complying. They're like, "Don't kill us! Don't kill us! Please don't kill us! Don't let the gnolls eat us!" And they're like, "Can you believe? Oh my God! A wizard that can summon a whole pack of gnolls! Oh, this is horrible!" All right. And then
So
Archimedes.
they think we summoned these guys?
They're probably imagining it. I mean, if you
Gotcha,
can fill the entire room with webs, how easy would it be for a grand wizard to just summon a whole army of evil creatures of the forest to come and attack these poor defenders of this cult?
Where?
All right, and Archimedes. All right, we know Bob is not here, so we are going to move Bob over into the arrow slit. And we'll just ignore Archimedes for the session. And if I forget, remind me. Okay, so this guy, Quint, that is on the stairs, the guy that you shot, he is alright, he is going to lift up his crossbow, and he is going to make an attack at you. He has a heavy crossbow.
Alright.
And so he's going to aim it at you. And that hits an AC of 2. Does that hit
That'll
you?
hit. Yeah.
That hits. Okay, now I think, is it this one that I'm not trusting the I'm not trusting the damage, so I'm looking it up. I think damage in this thing for crossbows is pitiful, but it says 1d8, which is true for most editions, but heavy crossbow, and then it's 1d4 plus 1. That's kind of.
I'll take that over a D8.
Yeah. All right. So he shoots at you, and he hits you for 4 points of damage.
Ow.
All right.
All right. So not quite max, but it was pretty good.
I'm still not bloodied.
Okay. All right, and Talon, you are up.
Oh, well, Talon's just gonna go over here to the sleeping guy and coup de grace.
Okay. All right.
I'll take care of the lying down people later after I get the sleeping ones.
Yeah.
Not very sportsmanlike of you.
Yeah, well, they're not.
I'm not the one making guarantees. That's another guy.
Yeah, and they. It helps with the intimidation factor. You draw a little bit of blood. All right, crossbow and sword. Most of the crossbow and sword guys.
To be fair, they didn't drop their weapons.
Yeah, that's true. They fell with their weapons in their hand. So technically, they were not complying with the request by the cleric. So, yeah, Talon he's following the letter of the instruction. Crossbow and sword guys, they're all either dead or prone at this point. The sergeants, let's see. Two of the sergeants are in there. You can't see them. Where's the other sergeant? The other sergeant is up here. And he is going... He is one of the defiant ones. And he is going to hurl a spear at Quint. Since Quint is the closest guy, and it's this guy here attacking you, Quint.
Alright.
So,
Bring it on. Bring it on.
That will be a 12.
And that will miss.
That will miss. Okay, so misses, and he then pulls out a long sword, and he says, "I'm gonna cut your throat."
Cut your heart out with a spoon.
Most of the ringmail guys are either dead or fleeing, so and the same with the bandits. They are asleep or dead or prone. And Arcturus. Has Marcel joined us?
No, he's not here.
Okay, alright. So we'll skip Arcturus and see if he is able to show up. Alright. So, that is the end of round. I think last week when I was putting chapters into the session, I think we got through like 5 rounds of combat. So I believe this is round 6 that we just finished. And now we're getting ready to go into round 7. It's starting to feel like the tide of battle may have turned. Grayson, are you still putting your armor and stuff on, or are you all equipped, and would you like to do something?
Yes. Well, I looked in the handbook, and out of the 150 gold pieces that she had discovered for me to retrieve, I was going to use 75 gold pieces to equip myself with chainmail.
Sounds good.
And is that an AC of 5? I was just curious. I wasn't sure. I'm not going to buy a shield. I'm just going to use the chainmail, and I'm going to keep the longsword that I found.
Okay, so the chainmail, the armor, chainmail, just by itself is yes, that's armor class 5.
And then I'm going to save the other 75 GP for later use, and I'll hold on to the longsword that she had found for me.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna have you spend a few of it on a backpack. Let me just make sure what a backpack is gonna run you. Oh gosh. Backpack is going to run. I'm sorry. What was that?
The backpack?
Somebody was just mumbling in the back. That's fine.
I thought I heard somebody saying something that might have been a fool. Okay, equipment list. There we go. I had gone too far. So, backpack is miscellaneous equipment. Spend 2 gold for a backpack, and then the other 73, you'll figure out what other sort of stuff you have in it. So, all right. So cool. You have your we'll go to your the actual equipment page on this sheet doesn't have anything for armor class, so we'll go to your, I think it's your tracker, and we will put your armor class as 5. Do you get a bonus from your dex for anything? Oh yes, you do. You get.
Yeah, me too.
So you have a bonus of 4. So you actually, with chainmail, you have an armor class of 1. Chainmail and no shield. Because without armor, you had a base armor class of 6.
So my AC with the chainmail is 5. What's the dexterity bonus?
No, it's just 5. It's just 5 because you're wearing chainmail, and then you add a dex bonus.
And dex takes off another 4? Wow.
Yeah. With in this edition, with a dex of 18. Okay, so
I should make my AC a 1 then on the sheet.
I'm doing that. I'm doing that for you. And then that's gonna be a 5. Okay, and then you're not wearing a helm, so you're you're not wearing a helm, so your head AC is 6, because all you're getting is your dex bonus for your head. Because this is one of those editions where there's optional rules for all kinds of cool things like called shots and all that crap and everything. So, all right. So we have you set up with your armor class and your weapon. Did you want to try to attack anything, or you just want to hang out here and and defend the wizard.
I'm just trying to find the AC on that sheet. I can't see it.
Oh, yeah. If you go to, it's under the tracker. So, yeah, the
Oh, here it is.
tracker, and then it's in that first column. You have all kinds of different ACs: your base AC, your touch AC, your missile AC, your AC for being surprised, shieldless, your back AC, and your head AC.
Okay, yeah, because the regular player printout sheet doesn't have all that.
Right. Okay, so
and let's see if I can attack it. I'm over here.
you're right here. There's really the only enemy relatively close to you is this guy who's already kind of surrounded. And then there are these two guys that are up on the stairs. They're kind of engaged with Quint. You'd have to kind of push through your allies, the gnolls, or and you could go around. You could actually go around Arcturus if you wanted to, and get over here. And you would be within Arcturus's aura of protection.
Right, where Min is, like this group to the side here. Who's fighting over here then?
So click where you're talking about. Over to the right.
Like if I moved over here.
If you hold your left button down, it'll put a little thing. Oh, okay, over there. This is your ally, or this is the party's ally, a mercenary leader, 2 more Gnoll allies, and your cleric, who are all fighting the leader of these tower defenders.
I'm gonna tell Min if she's right here. I'm gonna say, should I help engage them with that person right there? Are you safe here? That's what I'm trying to ask you.
She kind of looks at you and grins. Oh, baby, I'm always safe. I'm good.
I take her word for it, and I'm going to try to creep over here. If I can get into that spot here, maybe try to attack the leader.
Yeah, you can squeeze around the mercenary leader, and you give this guy a grin, and he's like, "Huh? What? How'd you get free?" as you attack him. So, on your character sheet, the way this character sheet works is under your weapons. Click the little hit button in the THAC0 column, and that will determine.
Oh, I got you. That little hit button, the dice where it says longsword.
Yep.
Miscellaneous bonuses says submit 0.
Yeah. At the moment, you have 0 bonus.
I'm gonna roll it. Submit.
AC 16. Okay. Well, that is going to miss.
He's just a little shaken, that's all.
Yeah. He's rusty.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Hey, Nico, that guy that showed up a couple of minutes ago with no clothes, he's now got armor on, and he just came up and took a hack at the guy you're fighting.
And I heard the guy fighting say, "How'd you get free?" Which makes me more confident that the guy joining us isn't a bad guy.
Correct.
So I'll have I'll have Arcturus check that out later. But let's. I yell an order, not an order, but I'm like, we need information. Knock this guy unconscious. Try to not kill him, but put him down, and I'll do non-lethal damage for my attacks. And so my first attack will be with my battle axe, doing non-lethal damage. I've got a +1 from the bless and a +1 from aid, so I've got a +2 on it. And then I've got my second attack with my shield, which is a -2 because of my offhand weapon, +1 from the shield to hit because it's a magical shield, and then a +2, so it's at a +1. So it's +2 for the battle axe, +1 for the shield. Just so you know.
Okay. Sure. AC of 6 with the battle axe, that's going to miss.
With the flanking as well?
That gives you just a +2 bonus, right?
It removes his dexterity bonus and then does something else.
Yeah, so that, let me just pull this up here.
Roll the shield just so you have it.
Yep. Combat. Flanking. You flunked flanking, sir. Okay. Okay. Oh, I bet you that's in the DMG. Where that is. Okay. Yeah. Okay, facing each character. Okay, attackers from the rear do not gain their attacker gains a +2 bonus to the attack roll. So yes, this guy doesn't have a dex bonus.
So it would be I would have hit a 4.
Yep, AC of 4, which is going to miss.
Okay.
So, and then AC of 10 would also miss. Alright. And the giant ravens continue to fly. I need to do a thing here. I need to say that on them. Okay, they continue to fly this round. Because I rolled a die during the week. Alright, Knoll Leader. He looks around and he seems quite disappointed that there are so few people that have not complied with the order of the cleric. But then he spots 2 guys up on the stairs, and he goes and he just reaches down and grabs this guy who's prone on the ground and literally throws him at the feet of the paladin to get him out of the way. And then he moves up, and that hauling that guy out of the way basically is his action for the turn. But he comes up and then he just sort of clatters his weapons, and he growls in the face of this guy on the stairs. And those of you who speak Knoll can hear him say, "Put your weapons down, or I'll eat your heart for dinner." And then kind of under his breath he says, "I hope you can't speak the mother tongue of Knolls." and the guy is like, he's like, whoa, but now somebody else has his attention, Quint, instead of you. This guy, this big Knoll leader that's right on the stairs. The mercenary leader, he looks over at Nico kind of questioningly about the new guy that just showed up. Nico seems confident that he's okay, so the mercenary leader shrugs his shoulders. It's like, all right, when in Rome, he will just haul off and attack the leader. He sees you using the flat of your axe, so he's going to turn the blade of his sword to the side and hit him with the flat of the blade. So he's clearly trying to do some dual damage as well. And all right, come on. AC 9. That's gonna miss. All right. Brigand leader is going to look at all of the people surrounding him, and he'll say, he looks at, he still is basically focusing on the cleric. He says, "You don't frighten me. If I fail the master, I'm worse than dead."
Lynn ran away from us like a coward.
And then he laughs and he says, "Because Lareth is a coward, the master is having words with him." And so he will go and attack. Oh crap! Where? There it is. There you are. We will attack with. It hits an AC 18, so he misses you, Nico. Alright. Bob. I don't know if this is our Bob, but Bob in the chat room says, "Destroy them all, leave none to tell the tale." When in Rome, toga, toga, toga. All right. So then the gnolls, they just sort of start kicking the weapons away from the people that are following the orders of the cleric, and looking menacingly at them. And you're starting to hear some whimpering from some of the people that are laying on the floor as these gnolls menace them. And Min, we're back to you.
Okay. So, having taken a few moments to assess what others are saying, and I'm so sorry. God damn, I got run around by 3 kids today.
That'll do it to you.
Your husband doesn't count.
No. These are my sister's kids. 2 twin nephews, 6 years old. Does that tell you anything?
Ooh.
Anyway, yeah.
Boundless energy.
Oh, yeah. So, kind of getting the sense that, these guys think I summoned all of these gnolls. That's cool. And she's going to go over here and stand on the table and glare at the leader and waggle her fingers at him and go, "Ooh, just let me at him, please. I have another spell. It would just be wonderful to use it on him." And going to try to intimidate, even though I really can't.
Okay, let's see. Now, I'm gonna pull up.
I'm gonna try to act a little
sheet.
bit like crazy, like woo.
I'm gonna pull up Min's character sheet, and then I'm gonna look at the list of non-weapon proficiencies we have here. What proficiencies does men have? Okay.
I never
so
changed
those.
them when we
No,
were
that's okay.
changing over, so they're kind of
Yeah.
useless.
What I'm going to look at is, yeah, when you raise level, you can start one at a time, swapping those out for things that you
Yeah.
think are more. Okay, so we don't have an intimidation here in second edition. Oh, wait a minute, that's a general. So let me go to the warrior. There's probably an intimidation for the warrior. No, there's not. Oh, yes, there is. Strength or charisma. Now, if it's not trained, you're probably going to get a -2 in it. So make
Probably want strength because charisma is 1 point less.
Yeah. So go ahead and try to make a strength check, and then if it pops up the little thing, put a -2 in there because you're trying to use a proficiency untrained.
No.
No, doesn't work.
Oh,
Hey.
I have advantage. Can I?
Oh yes, you have advantage. You can try it again. It's a
I can try
D20
it
roll.
again.
So
Okay. Keep your fingers crossed. Here we go. -2.
oh, Bob. Hey, all right. Okay, Nico, you hear men behind you, making these threatening noises or threatening words to the mercenary leader, or the tower defender. I'm sorry, the leader of the bandits. And she says, "I would love to use another spell on you." And the guy looks up. I mean, he's been all bluster and bravado and everything, and he says, "You may kill me, witch, but if I surrender, the master will do worse than kill me. I have no choice. I must fight."
Which master? He sucks.
And
What, does he have you on a leash or something?
might as well.
What, and you can't break away from the leash?
Not as long as he lives.
Who's he?
Go. Then let's all kill him.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. Let's go kill him. And then you don't have to worry about it.
And then he does that thing where it doesn't take any kind of perception. It's, clearly it's that thing where somebody starts laughing, and it's clearly the laughter of someone who has reached the point of despair where they can't see any good option for themselves anymore. And he laughs and he says,
I didn't think I was that funny.
Years ago, Morton Kanan tried to do something about the master, and he couldn't do it. What makes you think you're gonna succeed where Morton Kanan failed?
So if you betray him, he's just gonna show up and kill you or something. How will he know?
Oh,
Who is he?
he knows. He knows. He is the Lord of Darkness.
Lord of Darkness. That would be your mama?
And he just no matter what you do to me, it can't be as horrible as what he would do.
So you're better off if we just stick you in a cell somewhere and leave you.
No, he would somehow view that as even betrayal. The only thing that would satisfy him is my dead corpse defending this tower.
Well, that's kind of stupid. That's no fair to you. Why did you give in to him? Did you sell your soul to him or something?
Promises. And then he just sort of grimaces, and he looks back at Nico. And Nico, you can sort of see the madness in his eyes, but no, he's clearly committed. He's gonna keep fighting. There was a moment there, but he
Well, I
that
guess
moment
there's
is
nothing
gone.
for it, guys. Have at him.
And Quint, you are up.
All right. Well, Quint's gonna put his bow away and draw his swords, and he's gonna yell at that guy and say that I didn't like it that you shot me, so I'm gonna kill you and feed you to my little buddy over there. You can throw a little intimidation in there.
Okay, all right.
Don't make promises you don't intend to keep.
I'm trying to help you out, you know.
I'm just saying, don't tease me.
AC at 2 will hit. Yeah, with the short sword. 6 will miss.
The pointy end goes into the other man.
3 points of damage. Okay, so he's not quite bloodied, but he is hurt. All right. These guys cower. Archimedes. Bob, yeah, we're just skipping your turn tonight. This guy over here, he is going to drop his crossbow now that he's got a face full of gnoll, and he is going to attack the gnoll in front of him. The gnoll leader, that is. It's an AC 9, which will miss. And Talon, you are up.
Well, Talon's gonna walk into the silent zone and kill this guy.
Okay, coup de grace.
And then he'll move over here to prepare for that guy.
Yep, okay. Alright, and crossbow sword guys, they do nothing. The sergeant on the stairs just got hacked at by Quint's sword, so he is going to turn around and he is going to return the favor. He has a long sword, and he is going to swipe at Quint. There's no bonus in this edition for having higher ground, I don't think. So it's an AC 7, which I believe will miss.
My armor class is 7.
Oh, that'll hit. Okay,
So it just hit.
Just hits. So he is going to deal 1d8. Ooh, 8 points of damage.
All right. I am bloodied now.
Okay. So let's see. Let's put the little. Right, somewhere you guys hear across the thing. You hear Quint go, "Ow!"
That hurt.
Okay, ring mail. Those guys are
Bloody
all out of
bastards.
it, or they're down. Bandits are all out of it or down. Arcturus, we don't have.
He messaged that he was having internet problems, so he wouldn't be here.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I can empathize with that. Last Sunday,
Thursday. It was the
No,
Thursday
last-
game, wasn't it?
No, it's the Sunday game. The Sunday game got cut short because my internet went out, and then 5 days in a row in the afternoon. Thank you, Spectrum. I lost internet for somewhere between 90 minutes and 3 hours each day. And I, after about the second or third day, I looked at, I was thinking, well, maybe it's something in my house. But every day when I checked the Spectrum app, it said, "We have detected an outage in your area. Our crews are working as quickly as they can to restore it." And it's like,
Mhm.
don't have the damn outage in the first place. That's all I have to say.
You morons! Morons!
Yes, technology.
It's a wonderful thing until it doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. First world problems here. All right, so we empathize with Grayson, or with Marcel in Germany. Grayson, you are up. So you're over here in front of this guy who gave a soliloquy about how he has to keep fighting, or else he faces a fate worse than death.
I'm gonna try to hit you again if he doesn't want to give up.
Okay. Yeah. He's still hanging on to his weapon.
Has he been hit yet? Or just because is he bloody? Is he cut?
He has been hit once, but no, he is not bloodied.
Okay, I'm going to my weapons. I'm going to use my longsword.
Okay.
Now, what weapon does he have? He just
He is wielding a very shiny looking longsword.
since he's surrounded, before I attack, I offer him a choice. I says the numbers here are not in your favor. I don't know if he can understand me. And I says, throw down your weapon and give up, or face the wrath of my sword.
Yeah, he basically had that whole big song and dance conversation with Min about the same thing, and he's clearly not going to give up.
He's lost it. He is one over the cuckoo's nest.
Yeah.
I'm going to brandish my sword and try to attack.
Yep. Go ahead. Swing at him. Ooh, AC 7. Unfortunately, that's not going to hit. Okay, and I think at this level you guys don't quite get unless you have the 2-weapon fighting, you don't get.
It doesn't tell you the number you rolled, right? It just tells you if you hit an AC.
Right, yeah. Which is cool. It does all those calculations for you. I like that about this character sheet, especially in these old editions where AC is backwards. Okay, Nico. You are up. You've heard all this exchange between this leader and Min.
Yeah, he's taken by madness. There is no way he's going to surrender, and I continue trying to do subdual damage because I want to put him in a position where he'll hopefully give us more information. Like, it's nice to know that Lareth and he report to someone called the Master.
Yeah.
So I'll do another set of attacks. The pluses are the same. The battle axe is at a +2. The shield averages to a +1 because of the 2 bonuses I have.
Okay. AC 7 will miss. And even AC 5 because of flanking. And AC 7 will also
So
miss.
5s and 5s don't matter. Yep.
Yep. Okay. So then the ravens. We go over here to the we go over here to the ravens briefly for the benefit of chat, and we go over here and we do that, and then we go back to the tower for the benefit of everybody else to see what is going on. And we have the Knoll leader. So the Knoll leader is going to attack the okay, so where's our Knoll leader? I had him out here somewhere.
He's on the left side, right by the stairs.
Yeah, I'm looking for his collapsed character sheet.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, apparently I must have closed it, so I'll open it back up again. Yep, I did. I did close it. I do like this feature of Roll20 where you can select a token and then hold down Shift and double click on it and just open the character sheet for you. That saves having to hunt around in your journal for the character sheet. So he's just going to attack with his battle axe, and it's an AC of 6, and that will just miss. So he will then snarl at the guy. Purell will look at Nico and point at the brigand leader and say, "Get a load of this guy! What a madman!" And he says, "Fool, you should just learn to fight for the money." And he will again attack with the flat of his. And he says, "Oh yeah, him too, but mostly for the money." And he'll attack with his sword. Oh, -4. Armor class -4, so that's a good hit. And he is attacking with the flat of his blade. And deals 7 damage. So, that's a okay. Brigand leader just madly lashes out at the and you guys. He attacks with his okay, so let's see. Yeah, he will attack and AC 14, that'll miss. Nico. The Knolls, they continue to move about and disarm people who are surrendering. Whoops. Wrong token. Alright, they'll go up here and continue the disarming work. And Min, you're up.
Yep. So, hang on. Trying to see who's who on the map. Gotta zoom in. Okay. So I kind of poke him in the shoulder and kind of hip check him to make him go over 1.
Oh, that's Nico.
Nico, move. Let me in.
Well, this spot is open. You have an angle at him from this spot. Yeah.
Okay. So I get in there, and as I get in, I look at my friends and say in Noel, cover your eyes, and then I look at Nico and the others and go, you might want to look away, and give them about the count of 2, and then I
Color spray.
I am gonna color spray just him.
Okay.
Luckily, it only rolled for 1 character.
Okay. Increasing this. All creatures above the level of the spellcaster, and all those 6 level 6 entitled to a saving throw versus spells. Okay, so he will get a saving throw versus spells, and so let us see. And he uses the same stat block here, so that will be. They have a. Nope. Okay. He fails.
Yay!
Alright, so creature is not allowed or failing saving throw, and those who hit dice are struck unconscious for 2d4 round. Hit dice are 1 or 2 levels greater than the wizards are blinded for 1d4. 3 levels or more greater than that are stunned, reeling, and unable to think or act coherently for 1 round. So he is what level are you?
I am. Sorry. Don't remember off the top of my head. I am.
3rd now, or?
Yes. I am at level 3.
Okay, because you have a 2nd level spell, so
Yep.
you're. Alright, and let me just double check how many hit dice does he have? Yeah, okay. He is 3 levels higher. So he is reeling. He cannot take actions right now. But he is not knocked out or not knocked prone, unfortunately.
But he is at a disadvantage because he cannot.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So then I wipe off my hands and say, he's all yours.
Yeah. Reeling and unable to think or act coherently for 1 round.
You better tie him up, guys.
Okay. Quint, you are up.
Quint's gonna take another couple shots at that guy again. Get him down.
Okay. 6 will miss. 6 will miss. Ah.
It's around.
Spirit Axe. Yeah, Spirit Axe guys are down. Archimedes is in the arrow slit. The leader is going to attack the knoll. So the leader will attack the knoll and okay.
Which leader is attacking the knoll?
The guy over on the stairs. He's a lieutenant.
Ah.
AC 15. He misses. Okay. And Talon. Next coup de grace. Casca, are you there?
Don't forget you muted.
Oh, you're muted. Nope, he's not muted. Casca, you there? Well, he told us his intent was to.
Oh, there he goes.
Yep,
Hey,
I'm back.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I got a call from work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
I'm just
next coup de grace.
coup de grace on that one.
Okay.
Did the knoll drag this guy into the silence?
No, he may have pushed him out of the way into the silence, but then
Okay.
the last guy that is asleep is this guy over here. You can get to him from this square, so yeah. All right, so get in position there. All right, and crossbow sword. They don't do anything. There is a sergeant that is fighting Quint. So the sergeant will attempt to take a hack at Quint. Oh, whoops, no. He has to swing first. That go first. 10, he misses. So Quint takes no damage. And those guys are down, and Arcturus is not with us. All right. I have 12 after the hour, so what I am going to do is I'm going to call for a break now. Viewers, thank you for joining us this evening. We are in the middle of this big fight. We're trying to wrap this thing up. It's not quite wrapped up yet. They're learning a little bit of information from their opponents as they are fighting. I am going to change the music in just a moment, but for right now, I'm going to start the timer, and we will be back in a few minutes. The music and the ambient sounds that you are hearing tonight are brought to us by Sirenscape. And let me check my notes and see. Okay, so I'm going to the music by Tyrone sound set, and I'm just going to play the full album. All right, I'm going to bring this music up a little bit for benefit of chat. Players, you guys can either stay here and chat with each other in this channel, or you can go to the off-stream channel and chat. And remember, individually, you guys can mute or pop in and out of the music if you don't want to hear it, because I'm turning it up for the break. All right, chat. Before we go back to the game, just want to remind you that all of the music on the stream is from Sirenscape. We are using their app. They are not a sponsor, but I like plugging them because A, I like giving credit where it's due, and B, it's a really very cool app that gives you all kinds of great ambient sounds for your tabletop game sessions, as well as a lot of cool music that can be used for pregame, for breaks, for incidental, depending on what you are trying to do. So we're going to go ahead and bring the map back up, and I am going to change the sound set once again back to the classic adventure battle sound. Okay. And we'll pick up with this once again. All right. And players, are we all back from break?
Here.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I saw that you guys have been communicating with Marcel via Discord, so if he has any instructions for anybody, let me know when his turn comes around, and we will do that. Actually, we're at the end of the round on his turn, so did he want anything? Do you want you guys to do anything with his character before we move to the top of the round?
He didn't give any specific instructions. He said if we needed to do anything, that he would trust Nico to tell the other holy warrior what to do. But we'll avoid taking control of his character, because I agree. I like people being able to run their own person.
Yeah, I do too, unless they explicitly say, hey, I want Joe or Bob or Jim or, Hootenanny to run my character while I'm away.
In that case, you could have him move up next to the Knoll leader and be a buddy system with the Knoll leader, fighting against evil.
Okay.
You can kick the guy to the right of the Knoll leader out of the way, and probably then be able to.
Yeah, he'll go ahead and move those guys, and he'll get over there, and that way he can be right up there next to Quint as well.
But I don't have his character stuff, so I recommend that you just roll, since it would probably be the simplest.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just.
He's got the two-handed sword, so he'd get one melee attack.
Yep. Let me pull up his sheet. And he will make a... Oops. Come on, character sheet. And then we'll go to... yes, he will strike out at evil. Ha 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 ha.
And he does have the bless.
Yeah, so he will miss. Unfortunately. Alright. So, I've got the wrong people in the wrong column there. So let me put these people over here. And then I'll bring these guys over here so that we have this. Alright. Very well. Grayson, you are up. Tony, are you back? Tony, you're on mute if you can hear me. Okay, we're gonna skip Tony for right now. He may have stepped away during the break. Nico, you are up.
I'm going to continue attacking the main leader and yelling out for the his minions to surrender, and they will get a trial from an honorable paladin.
Okay.
Which means the paladin will probably summarily judge them as guilty of being part of an evil cult that worships demons and evil gods and execute them. But it'll be a painless death.
Yes. Okay. So go ahead and make your attack.
I'm still doing subdual damage until I tell you otherwise on this character.
Okay. All right. AC 11 is going to miss. Ooh, but the -5 will hit. Four damage. Okay, -4. Okay. Yeah, we're not getting.
He takes a shield smash into his foot.
Yeah. Ow.
Totally.
No, that would be one of the gnolls. Okay. And then we go over here, and we go here, and we change that. And then we go back to this battle. Gnoll leader is going to take a swing at this guy. Where's our Gnoll leader? Right here. He's Nope, that's gonna miss. Burrell will take a swing at the guy. And he will miss. And this guy will swing at Nico. And he will miss. Gnolls are just now, they're starting to, actually some of the gnolls are going to start going over to these freshly dead ones that were sleeping, and very visibly right in front of the cowering defenders of the tower, they're just going to go start looking for some tasty morsels. And like one of them will just pull out a dagger, hack off an ear, and just take the ear and pop it in his mouth and begin eating it, and grin at one of the cowering defenders of the tower. And
it really starts to smell like urine, I think.
yeah. Over Quint, it's starting to be a heavy ammonia smell over in this area as these guys are watching the gnolls. There.
Watch my stuff.
Yeah. Min,
Yes.
you are up.
Did anybody do anything with this guy? With the leader?
It's a good thing he missed because he wasn't supposed to be able to attack. They're just attacking him. They're not trying to tie him up.
I thought we were trying to get him. She kind of looks at him and is like, guys, aren't we supposed to like try to get him to get some info?
We're doing subdual damage. I don't know that we can just like put his hands behind his back and tie him up easily.
Why
well,
not?
he was disoriented by the spell.
Yeah. So she
That
pulls
little
out some
broken
of her.
skull on him is
She
he's
puts.
disoriented by Min's spell.
So then she turns around and goes, "Okay," and like pulls out her rope and begins to tie the guy up.
Okay. Do you want to take his weapon out of his hands?
Yes.
Okay, he is disarmed. Nico, you sit there and you watch the wizard just
As Min goes
look-
running around him in circles. Whee!
yeah.
I didn't realize Disoriented did that. Nico's really thrilled.
Yeah. Min kind of does that thing like the episode 4 scene when they're trying to rescue the princess from the Death Star, where she just sort of looks at Luke and at Han and gives this sigh and says, somebody has to rescue us, and
Yes.
just grabs the guy's sword, he pulls it out of his hand, tosses it off to the side, and then begins tying him up. And the gnolls, they're just kind of looking at Min like, whoa. And Burrell is like, hey, Shorty, you better watch out. She's going to be taking over and giving orders before too long. And he says to Nico.
I start laughing and you thought I'm in charge.
And Grayson is like, okay, I guess we're tying him up. So,
She
all right,
makes sure she gags him too.
okay. So he is bound and he is gagged. Let me see if is there a good thing for gagged. I don't think there's anything specifically for gagged, but yeah. And the little rope around him means he's all tied up. And he's been disarmed. Quint, you're up.
All right. The paladin has an aura around him, correct? Does that affect me in any way?
The paladin's aura, it does something for his.
It's a -1 for anyone else attacking that's evil. So if you're within 10 feet of him, I believe that you've got, and you're attacked by someone who's evil, it's a -1 to hit you.
Oh, well, okay. Quint, give yourself, whatever the last damage you took, I think it was 5, give yourself 5 hit points back. Because somebody hit you dead on the nose with an attack, and that should not have hit you.
Okay.
Yeah, the paladin is surrounded by an aura of protection within a 10-foot radius. All summoned and evil creatures suffer a -1 to their attack rolls, regardless of whom they attack. Creatures affected by this aura can spot its source easily.
Yep.
All right.
So
I'll encourage him to hopefully maybe finish this guy off a little faster here.
okay.
And maybe not. So that's that.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Spear and Axe guy. Their Archimedes looks out the arrow slit. The lieutenant over here, he snarls at the Gnoll leader and swings his sword. Whoops. There we go. Nope, that's a miss. Okay. And Talon.
Yeah, I was looking at my character sheet and I clicked on something I shouldn't have a while ago. Sorry
Okay.
about
All right. Last guy is
I'm just
Kudegrad.
do that when I'm bending over and coup de grime. I just kind of say, "We're gonna eat all of you."
And the guy, actually, actually, you're partly in the zone of silence, so your mouth moves and no sound comes out, and this guy who's alive doesn't hear anything, but his eyes do go wide when you just sink your dagger into him, and you look at him and just sort of casually say something which he can't hear, and that just seems to make it even more terrifying. How casually you talk to him.
Okay.
So yeah, he tries to sort of squirm a little bit away. He's going to move back over here. And he just kind of crawls away. And Talon follows him. That's.
I lick a little of blood off my dagger.
Oh, yes. It's not creepy at all, seeing someone who looks like a child just casually stabbing people to death. All right. Dead. This guy, he is going to attack. He's going to attack the ranger, and he will get a -1 in his attack roll. That hits a 13, so that misses you. Ringmail guys are down, bandits are down. Arcturus, we said he was going to attack. Let me know if you get any changes in instructions from him. We're class 7. Class 7, is that going to hit? It's gonna miss. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's still gonna miss. Alright. Tony, you back?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. Something has changed, perhaps from the last time you saw it. Min cast a spell. The spell affected this guy here, and it seemed to daze him. And after, and she told everybody, all right, you can disarm him and tie him up. Everybody just kept attacking him. And so when Min's turn came around, she just looked around at all the rest of you, gave this disgusted sigh, grabbed his sword, yanked it out of his hand because he's dazed, threw his sword down, and then tied him up. So the guy in front of you, the enemy leader, he is no longer armed and he is now bound. Do you want to attack him, or do you want to sit, just sort of keep a guard on him and see what's going to happen?
I will keep guard on him. I will tell him I will keep. I'll pull him to the side, and not pull him to. I'll stand in front to make sure he doesn't get out of his being tied up. And
Okay.
I'll move, I guess, right. I'll move myself right about here to put myself in between so I can see what's coming around over here, just in case, and in front of me.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to guard him to make sure that he doesn't get out of his ties. I'll bend down, make sure they're tight. And is his mouth gagged too, or no?
Yes.
Yep. He's got a gag in his mouth.
I says, I'll keep guarding him. Nobody has to worry about him. I says nobody. And of course, I won't. I will not attack him.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Even though he held me captive, I believe I will keep guard on him.
Yeah. He's now. Now he kind of knows how you felt. He's all tied up and everything. His weapons are gone. So, there's a certain amount of satisfaction in just seeing him humiliated like that.
I told him I want to motion him since he can hear me and understand me. I'm going to ask him. It says, if I undo your gag, can you give us anything vital to help us? If you help us in this situation, if there's something we should know about, maybe we could work out a deal where you could maybe.
He's not going to help us.
No,
Yeah, he looks at you and he just shakes his head no.
no, there's no
Didn't you hear him earlier?
Yeah, so I figured you never know when maybe he's being gagged. Maybe I'll have a change.
Yeah. It's like his situation has dramatically changed. So, giving him a second chance to think about his life choices, but he's not ready to do that. So, all right.
I pulled him to the side against the wall, out of the to give further, go more to the back with him, like over here.
Well, actually, the gnolls aren't gonna let you move him. They're just, if you try to pull him away from where he is, they're gonna look at you and shake their heads. They don't speak common, but you know they.
Is he up this other gnoll next to him?
Yeah. Okay. So, these two gnolls are surrounding him, along with yourself and Min and your mercenary leader ally and the cleric.
So we do.
So he's completely, yeah, he's completely surrounded, except for this square.
Since I'm not really going to guard him yet, and so then I'm in jeopardy of being hit by one of these two.
No. They're your allies. They're not fighting you.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if they were enemies. Okay, so then I'm going to sit tight and I'll guard him. Yes. So they're on off right now. Okay.
Yeah. They're on. It's unusual to see this, but clearly, they seem to be taking orders from that, and every now and then, either the paladin over on the other side of the room or the wizard standing there will say something in that gruff, raspy, growling gnoll tongue, and they'll just look at him and they'll nod, or they'll apparently do whatever they were told to do.
Here's a question then, as I have as a player. Since when you said if I tried to pull him, are they showing any aggression that he's tied up towards us? Like, why are they passive then?
They are basically following the orders of the party.
Okay, so they're not showing us any aggression towards him that we tied him.
Now that he's tied up, they're just like, okay, they're kind of looking at the wizard, like waiting for instructions. Looking at the wizard and the cleric.
So I'm a little confused with the situation. So we're basically, they're looking for my allies now to control them, to tell them what to do?
Basically, yes. Because if you think about it in second edition terms, they're basically like paid mercenaries now in the service of the party. They're not henchmen, because the party hasn't really risen far enough level to actually start having retainers and henchmen, but they are being paid as mercenaries, and they had these gnolls had reason to feel betrayed by the cult. Gotcha. So when these guys came along, and they immediately started paying them as soon as they started talking to them, it's like, oh, okay, and the other guys told us they were going to pay us, but then they kind of shoved us aside and gave us table scraps.
So they were our adversaries in this skirmish, since I was tied up in the back. So
no. They arrived with the party, and were part of the force storming the tower.
Okay, so I'm going to sit there and I'll keep guard on him so I can free them up then. So I'm going to just keep guard on him behind
okay.
him. Right up captive here.
All right. Okay, and Nico. Joe?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay.
So Nico is going to yell out for the remainder of the bandit, the cultists, that we have your leader. He's given up. He's tied up on the ground. Your only hope now is to surrender and make yourselves useful. And then I'm going to move over and go help the rest of the fights where there are people still fighting.
Okay. So you make that announcement. All right. And then you
I'll do
head
subdual
over.
damage on. I'll do subdual damage on this guy.
Okay, all right. So make an attack against that guy.
By the way, this is the last round for the bless on the main party members, and you have two more rounds after this for the Knoll group.
Okay. All right.
That'll miss.
Yeah, that will miss.
And that'll miss.
Yep, that'll miss. Okay. And then let's see. I'm going to. Yeah. I want to check Archimedes' character sheet and see what he has. Talon, I would like you to make a hear noise check. I think
I can't hear anything where I'm at. I'm in the zone of silence.
Oh, that's right. You're in the zone of silence.
I couldn't hear.
That'll expire next round. Not this round, but that'll expire next round. So one more round left on that one.
I didn't hear Nico's speech or nothing. So.
Oh, okay. So then Archimedes is over there by the arrow slit. So he will ooh. And Archimedes will say to you guys, they're back. Raven's outside. And indeed, you all see the shadows of ravens fluttering around the tower just outside the main door. Now, I don't remember if anybody closed the door, but you can see the shadows out these two arrow slits. I don't remember if anybody closed the door when you came in or if you left it open, but you guys left it open because all of the gnolls came in, and I don't think the gnolls would think to close the door. So the door is open, but the ravens are squawking and flapping outside, kind of making just a cloud of black wings of death outside the door for anybody that would be foolish enough to try to come outside at this point. So Archimedes will yell. Anybody who's not in the zone of silence can hear him say that. Those who are in the zone of silence would be clueless to that. All right. Although if you want to, Talon, do you have something like for spot, like spot hidden or something like that? I would let you make a chance to notice the shadows fluttering around in the doorway and the arrow slits, if you have something like that you can roll.
No, I don't.
Okay, all right. Just thought I would give you that opportunity. Since
it's fine. It is what it is.
Yep. Okay. All right. Then next we have the next we have the Knoll leader, who looks up at Nico and grins, and he is going to take a hack at this guy because, to answer your question that you posed, Nico, their turn hasn't come around, so they can't make a morale check until their turn comes up. So, as far as the Knoll leader knows, they are still fighting. And he is going to whack at them with his weapon. AC 12, that's going to miss. And Burrell will step up and he'll grab the guy's shield, and he'll pull it off of his arm, and he'll go, this is really nice. This is nice. Hey, one of you fighter types is gonna like this, I think. Looks like it's really fine material here. And this guy, the lieutenant, will hack at the Knoll. Miss. Oh, wait. Oh, yes, miss. Okay. Took a long time for that to... No. The Knolls continue being bloodthirsty. And intimidating the hell out of the guys that are surrendering. And Min,
Yes.
you are up.
Okay. So I am going to just go over into the doorway, and just enough that is the door open or closed or
The door is open.
okay. So I'm gonna go stand in the doorway, and I'm going to, since I am now officially out of spells, I am going to use the sling and try to hit one of the birds.
Okay.
Because there ain't much else I can do.
Okay. Well, I was thinking, oh, you're gonna go over and close the door. But no, you're gonna go attack the birds. All right. Yeah, unfortunately that's gonna miss.
That's fine. Just one goes whizzing by one of them.
Okay.
And then I'll shut the door.
Okay. All right. Door is now closed. Quint. These guys, so far, they haven't put down their weapons.
Yeah, he's kind of mad at him. You know, he got hit with that crossbow bolt and hit with the sword at least once, so he's still gonna try and that guy out.
Okay. Oh, -2. And an AC of 4. That is 2 hits.
All right.
Four and... Oh, okay. So 2 and 2. 4 points of damage. -4. All right. He is now bloodied. And as soon as he gets bloodied, he's just like, he throws down his weapons. He's like, all right. And he just sort of collapses down to his knees, and he puts his hands over his head. Nico, he does that right in front of you. But it took him getting bloodied, so now we're going to say that he is now giving up.
Even on his knees, he's taller than me.
Actually, you're higher up on the stairs, so he's...
For once, I feel better about this.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. These guys down. These guys are here. gave you the message, and then it's like, oh crap, these things are right out the arrow slit. So he moves over here to get out of range in case one of them starts trying to peck with a beak through the arrow slit. This guy he can't do much of anything because he's... Oh, no, this guy here, he does get a chance to make a morale check. And he is... Oh yeah, he's like the last guy fighting. So he's got a super bad check here. That's one thing. Too bad they didn't put a button on here for morale, so you gotta roll that manually. 2d10. Oh, yeah, you failed that miserably. So he very wearily drops his weapons and he looks up at at you, Nico, and he says, "Tell your Knoll, call off your dogs. I'm giving up." And he will toss down his weapon and he'll kneel down and put his hands on his head. And with that, ladles and jelly spoons, with that, you have successfully won the battle. Okay, so let us see. Do we have a... I don't know if we have a good celebration sound effect in any of these things. All right, so we're going to go back to... we're going to go sort of back to this soundscape. All right. So the tower falls silent with the exception of the occasional sound of the birds outside. Yeah. So, which I guess the ravens sound like owls, but oh well. Yeah. All right. So that's all you can hear is the flapping of the birds outside, and otherwise the relative quiet and stillness of the interior of the tower. Nico, you say next round the silence goes away?
Yeah, the silence was on like 7 rounds. We were on like 5, and the other was so within the next minute or so, all the spells would expire except for one on me, and then that one goes away in about 5 minutes.
Okay, all right. So, encounter is officially over. You have successfully won. You will eventually find... okay, so this guy is going to get prone. This guy here will also get prone. And then you will eventually find 3 other guys in here who they were trying to cower underneath furniture. As if they thought they could avoid detection, or maybe you wouldn't come in looking for them. But you find them in there, trying to hide. Alright, so, what do you guys want to do?
I say we strip a few of them, hamstring them, and shove them out the door for the ravens.
Let's wait on that for maybe a second option later. Let's strip them all down to their small clothes, tie them up, and then one by one question them in the side room so we can get any information out of each one that we can. And then Arcturus can, when that happens, we can ask them under his detect lies thing, the evil intention, whether or not they were like whether they were knowingly part of the evil order, or if they were like somehow like my sister was being held hostage. I had no choice. Like, was there an extenuating circumstance? And then he can like sentence. I'll as a cleric, I'll give him use my ecclesiastical authority to empower him as a judge, a jury, and executioner, and he can do the trials as an inquisitor of the god.
Okay, so when you say the side room, do you mean doing that in here, or do you mean doing that in here?
I would say do it in the main room. That was the one that Min went into to get the stuff out of. But first, we should tie them all up, have them all like gagged, and search every place in here for secret doors, sliding doors, more traps, that sort of thing. And
okay,
documents and everything.
You guys.
And have do some first aid, heal the people in our group that are really hurt, or the gnolls that are really close to death, and set up like guards, like archers in the different archer spots and at the door.
Okay, I would like for Quint. What kind of cool ranger abilities do you have? What sort of things, like when it comes to dealing with creatures and the behavior of creatures and such and whatnot?
I mean, I have that animal empathy. I have proficiency animal lore, where I can watch animals and kind of better understand them.
Okay, are you going to employ that with the watching the ravens outside?
Yeah, I'll watch them and to try and get a better understanding of what they are, what they're doing.
Okay.
Learn some way to get rid of them.
Okay, I am going through and just trying to mark on all of these guys that are alive. I am putting the little bindings on them that they are tied up, so that you know who your prisoners are. Alright, I think that's that. Alright, somebody make me some... Whoever's searching, go and make me some rolls for searching.
Yay.
And while you guys are doing that, I am going to tell Quint what he sees outside. Okay. The ravens fuss and flap for about 3 more minutes outside after the tower falls silent. And then you see a total of 8 of them. 2 appear high up on each arrow slit, and they kind of are doing that thing where they're kind of grabbing onto the edge of the masonry, and they put the side of their head up there and put a little beady raven eye and the arrow slit, and they look around and everything, and then they and then they push off, and with a limited vantage point you have of looking out of the arrow slits, they all fly off, and the direction that they fly, to the best of your memory from looking at the maps that you had, they seem to be flying off in the direction of the town of Nulb.
Oh.
They're heading to the north. Alright.
Yep. So, and with the fact that they took time to look in, well, you're not sure what that means, but they've kind of acted. They've definitely been acting like creatures that are somehow allied with these guys. So
I asked, did you those ravens have Have they been following? Is this the first time you've seen them? Because I didn't see them. Would I have seen them on my way up when I was with that group?
You definitely did not see any giant ravens, but you and your allies did notice what looked like normal-sized ravens at the top of this tower. And that's not unusual because, abandoned tower in ruins. You're going to see birds nesting there. And it's like, okay, didn't really think much of it. Now, you haven't had a chance to talk to these guys yet, but they noticed something similar, and then they realized something very different when the battle started. So, that's something you guys will all have to talk about amongst yourselves as characters. So, who did the... Alright, now I see Min doing feats of strength, but I don't see her doing
I was
search.
trying to...
Oh, okay.
I was trying to search, and I was trying to find what I rolled last time.
I think because of the... I think what we did is we were looking at... There's not really a perception. There's something else that was tied. It was observation, and it's tied to intelligence.
Okay.
So make an intelligence check, and do that with a... That's a general, so go ahead and just do that with a -1 penalty because you're not trained in observation. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, Min, put your token where you are searching, and Nico, put your token where you are searching, so that I know what area to read to you. Okay.
I
Min.
also wanted to walk around the entire area and looking for the hidden stonework doors.
Yeah. Well, okay. We have to do area by area. So we're gonna start with Min in area 2, and then we'll get to you.
Yeah.
All right. This place quarters the 2 lieutenants and the 3 sergeants. In addition to the 5 rough beds, the room contains a round table, 3 stools, a chest of drawers with a lantern atop it. You open the lid, and there's old clothes that smell like they need to be taken down to the river and washed inside. And there is a padlocked, iron-bound oak chest. I would imagine that probably somebody around here has a key if you start searching individual people. And then as for you, Nico, you are in the what you would have to guess, because of the way there's echoes of... This room is appointed in ways that kind of have echoes, but not all of the iconography of the way that Lareth's quarters were decorated. So you would probably guess that with the oversized single bed and all of the other furnishings, this is probably where the leader would be quartered. There's the comfortable bed heaped with quilts and pillows, a table and 2 chairs, small desk and stool, chest of drawers, and a padlocked iron box. On the table, there are a few pewter dishes, a bottle that is full of some liquid with a cork in it, and some slightly wrinkled apples. The desk is one of those that has a fold-down top, and you look in that, it's not locked or anything. There's some quills and inkwells, several sheets of parchment. And one sheet bears a list of names. The other sheets are blank. Right. Yeah, other things in there that can be opened and rifled through, in addition to the locked chest, is there's a chest of drawers. All right, and then did you give me a roll yet for your stonework thing?
I have not, but just in terms of the lock chest, I would go out and go through the pockets and like the socks from the leader guy to see if the key's there. And then in terms of looking at, also look under and behind the bed to see if there's a secret spot. But I'll do the roll for the things.
Yeah.
I will poke my head out and say to one of the gnolls that's wandering around to, I'm looking for a key. Check people's pockets and stuff for keys.
Okay. Nico, you don't notice anything in terms of, sliding stones or walls or anything like that. Men, it's not long before you hear a hey, come back here from one of the guys over on the stairs, and then there is a thud like a large fist hitting a cheek or
Ouch.
something. And wait, do I have a sound effect for that?
Nah, you're fine.
No, I don't have a sound. Oh, okay, yeah, I do. That's a big
Whoop.
meaty. That's a big meaty gnoll fist clacking one of the cultists in the face, and he comes over to you bearing a leather thong that has been violently ripped off of the neck of somebody, and on it is a key, and the key looks like it probably fits the lock of that chest.
I'm like, oh, thank you, and I try to give him a scritch.
He doesn't. You give him a scritch, and you scritch on one ear, and then you notice like his foot on the other leg. It just sort of taps on the floor in time with your scratching on.
I'm good for
behind you.
scritches. And she
And
says, "You're so cute." And then
And I'm gonna.
and then he drools on you.
Ugh,
Aw, puppy love.
puppy love. Gotta love the puppy love.
And I'm gonna call for Talon and Talon and Archimedes to look at this because like they might be able to find any secret compartments in the desk or around. And I give Min the list of names because she's one of the smart ones in the group.
Okay, Nico, when you went to the leader, you indeed found a key on him.
I unlock the chest once I get done wiping the drool off.
I'll hand the
Okay.
key to Talon for when they go in there to do some searching.
Okay. All right. So, area 2, inside the chest. You creaks open. There is a potion that you immediately recognize from your now experience as an adventurer. This looks like a potion of healing. There is a sack that clinks with coins, and you open it up, and those coins look like they are electrum, which is that alloy of silver and gold. And there is a dagger with a jeweled hilt, a fancy jeweled hilt. And then at the bottom of the chest, there are 4 bolts of silk. And you can decide what colors those bolts are. So, 4 bolts of silk.
I'm in love. She's like,
Okay.
to hell with the coins. I want the silk.
Well, yeah, really fine silk is worth some money, but also you can make
Some fantastic wizard robes.
yes.
Be the height
Okay.
of fashion. Anyway. Okay.
All right. So
Why was I
that's-
given the map? Oh, when I was given the list of people's names, I kind of look at it and then look back and go, what am I supposed to do with this?
Okay. There is one name that there is one name that stands out to you. And that one name is a pop culture, D&D, that race. We're going to go with the that name is putting it in the putting it in the list here. That is the name says Stanek the Jeweler. And you remember Stanek. Oh yeah, Stanek is the guy that runs the jewelry shop in Hamlet. Now, he seems like a real stand-up guy. You don't recognize the other names, but one thing you do know about Stanek is he's wealthy. The other names don't mean anything to you at the moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that there are five more names that you see. Other names on the list include so that and then let's see and then okay, and then that. All right. And then. All right. So the other names on the list are Logan, Sir Winmar, Lord Caspar, Lady Gertrude, and Dame Adrienne. Now, none of those names mean anything to you, but anybody who's a lord or a lady, they're probably rich too. A dame is probably also rich. Who knows who that Logan character might be? But
Okay.
Well,
So I'll
bro,
wander back over to him and go, so this list, there's at least one on here that I recognize. It's the jeweler. You know, the one that's in town in Hamlet. The Stanek, the jeweler, runs the jewelry shop. Why would his name be on this list?
I don't know. Hey, wait a minute. Let's see something. I call over Burrell and I'm like, hey, look at this list. You recognize any of these names?
and he'll come over and look at it, and he'll say, no, I do know of the Lord Caspar and Lady, what was her name? Lady Gertrude. They have a keep over not far away from Nulb. Very rich. I mean, if I were in the kidnapping business, kidnapping any of these guys, you say the one is a jeweler. He probably has a lot of money.
Yeah, he's pretty rich.
They'd be probably good targets to kidnap if you wanted to make money off of them. But I don't.
There's a guy named Logan here. He doesn't have any type of title or anything.
Yeah, Lord Caspar and Lady Gertrude. Those are the only two names I recognize. You say you know this jeweler. That would make sense that he's wealthy. Logan Sir Windmar kind of shrugged his shoulders. Dame Adrienne, she's probably loaded, but no idea. Don't know who she is, where she is.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So, guys, what happened to the ravens? Are they still out there?
You can't hear them anymore.
I look over at our ranger.
They flew off back to the north the last I saw of them. I haven't seen them come back yet.
The north is where? Is in what direction? I mean, do we know of
Toward
anything
Nulb.
that's... Huh?
Alb is up that way. City we haven't been to yet.
Oh, okay. Shouldn't we warn them?
Maybe.
They're going to be way faster than we are.
Oh, well, that's true. Okay.
So, Talon, make me a roll as you're looking at the locked chest.
Find or move traps.
Well, he's got a key, but he probably wants to look and see what's there.
Always make sure you fart before you pick.
There could be a trap even if you have a key.
Yeah, there might be.
Maybe you turn the key the wrong way and it pops a trap. I did not find any traps that I'm aware of.
Okay. You stick the key in. Or I presume you're gonna then try to open the.
I will.
Okay. You stick the key in, and you turn the key. And when you start turning the key, you hear a little mechanical click that sounds like the tension being removed from a spring. And then as the key turns farther, the lock opens. So there was something there in addition to the lock, but apparently using the key was what you needed to do. So you
Step to the side when I lift the...
Okay.
kind of lifting from the side.
You lift to the side, or you lift that up, and as you do, you notice that on the edges of the lid, right where you would probably normally grab if you had busted the lock and grab it, there are two tiny little holes that look like they're just big enough to probably conceal needles. No needles pop out, but perhaps if you had tried to force the lock without using the key, they might have jabbed you in the hands when you went to open it after you thought that there was no trap on the lock itself. So, as you look in there, it's full of coins. There there are copper coins, silver coins, electrum gold, and platinum.
Cool.
Okay.
That's all that's in there is coins.
Yep, that's all that's in there.
All right, I'll close the lid and lock it back up.
Okay.
Put the key in my pouch.
Okay, is somebody going to check the chest of drawers in this room?
I can.
In which room?
The room that Nico is in.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'd asked her. He's not here. He's not on. But Archimedes, because he's noticed secret doors before. But we can pull that up next time. He just has the natural ability.
Let me go take a look and see what his chances are here.
Well, it's almost 9:30. We could stop and pick up next week.
Yeah.
Next week is Thanksgiving weekend.
Actually, yes. Okay, so, what I will do is I will go ahead and I will, in the treasure and experience sheet this week, I will just give you the indications of everything you find because nothing else is locked. And then we will pick up next session with having anybody that has abilities and wants to, seeing if they could find any sort of secret traps or secret entrances anywhere else, and then we'll deal with questioning the prisoners next time as well.
Two questions. This is session 20, right?
This is session 20, yes.
Okay, so will you put up 19 as well next time?
I will put up session 19 and 20 because it's all going to be lumped together.
Okay.
Because the battle spilled over to...
totally makes sense. And then for like abilities, like I forget who has appraisal, but we'll do like the appraisals and looking at stuff to see if there's any special value to it next time.
Actually, since you're going to have some downtime, I'm going to figure that they can appraise it. They give it a few looks over, and they'll eventually be able to appraise it.
Yeah, that and like the weapons. Arturus and I have the smithing stuff. I've got weaponsmithing, so we can know whether or not they're masterwork swords or shields or anything.
Okay, and as Heather so rightly pointed out, well, before we get to that, viewers, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you being here. We hope you have enjoyed our session. We have enjoyed playing. I'm going to go back to my notes here and see. Okay, I'm gonna put the music here back up, and then this, and we'll play this. All right. So, as Min pointed out, or as Heather pointed out, next week is Thanksgiving weekend. I am not running any of my games next weekend, so we will not play next weekend. It's Thanksgiving weekend. I'm sure some people are probably traveling or hosting family or anything. I have friends that I grew up with who are in town, and they're all on different schedules because they're all visiting family. And I have things lined up with friends starting on Wednesday night all the way through Sunday evening. So I am just not really available to run any of my games next weekend. So I wish you players happy Thanksgiving. I will put the schedule up to indicate that our next game will be the first Saturday of December, or the first Saturday after Thanksgiving.
That's
weekend,
the 4th, isn't it?
Okay, probably is. It sounds right because because our next game on Thursday is on the 2nd. And then Heather, just FYI, there were a few people that I don't know how they got confused, but they were confused. We are playing tomorrow, but we're not playing next Sunday. So,
Okay. I kind of figured we were playing tomorrow. I just wanted to verify really if we weren't playing on next Sunday. So, okay.
Yeah. So, but I will tell those players all about that tomorrow, tomorrow's session. Thank you guys. Yes, we made it through 20 sessions of this game. So,
Yay! And we haven't lost anybody yet.
Yeah, all those of you who are based in the U.S., which I think is everybody that's on right now, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday.
Turkey day.
Yeah. Enjoy your favorite food and beverages of choice for the holiday. And then we will see you in 2 weeks for session 21, where the game becomes legal. So we might have to start every session with, what are you drinking tonight? So, all right. And that's, announcements. First of all, Talon, Casca, I should say.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did your game go last week?
It didn't because I had something come up and I had to postpone it. I told them I would run it. I'm actually running on December 3rd.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm still going to run it for them. It's just I had a personal matter come up and I just had to cancel.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry about that.
It happened.
Yeah. Okay, well, good. I hope that'll be a fun session for you. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we have our Walker of Waterdeep, which is our 5e planeswalking game. They are in a plane that is inspired by the Magic the Gathering expansion called Arabian Nights. So it's a desert world. And they are just learning about a new method of casting spells that doesn't require tapping into the weave. It uses the power of the mind to cast spells in this plane, which is good because if they were trying to rely on the weave, which they could get at, there is a mineral on this world called organic iron, and this organic iron somehow channels magic in a way that depletes all of the energy from the surrounding plant life and can render the ground infertile. And they've been told this is one reason why the world is such a desert planet, is that there were a bunch of crazy spellcasters who just kind of went nuts and battled each other until
the world down.
Yep, they burned the world down. So they're going to try to learn about this tomorrow, and they may even get a chance, depending on how quickly they move through that exercise or not, they may even get a chance to try to put some of that spell casting to a test tomorrow. Yes, when Heather, don't tell the others, but at some point before you guys head to Janoon, there will be an attack on the village that will give you a chance to sort of try out your new abilities before you get stuck inside a mad sorcerer king's pyramid or ziggurat and have to are stuck there with nothing but a bunch of scattered obsidian orbs and no way to cast your spells. So I figured it would be good to give you a
Little practice
chance.
there.
Yeah, a little practice. All right. Monday night, we are back with the Monster Monday, and I did decide what I'm going to do, but I've got to look it up real quick and remember, because I forgot what I'm doing on Monday. Oh yes, I'm going to be looking at the Screaming Devilkin as the monster for Monster Monday. And then next weekend, of course, no games. We'll be back at it with Monster Monday on the Monday after Thanksgiving, and then we'll get back to our normal Thursday, Saturday, Sunday schedule in the first full week of December. All right, well, that's going to do it. Everybody take care. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Viewers, thanks for joining us and hanging out, and we will see you all next time.